Hello and welcome everyone to episode 230 of One Piece at a Time, the One Piece read-through podcast where we read and discuss 5 chapters of the One Piece manga each and every week. I'm your host, Derrick, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and freelance letterer, Brandon Bovia. And Brandon, we just watched the final, as of right now, One Piece movie.
That's right. Last one that was released in theaters a whole 4 years ago. It's kind of shocking to think that it was 4 years ago now. I was there. I watched One Piece Film Red in theaters, I think, at least twice. I don't remember. And I've seen it a good number of times since then. I'm quite fond of this movie, so I've been... It's surreal to think that this is the first year of our podcast, even.
Yeah, this is the first year of our podcast. We were somewhat established because I believe it came out in, looking at the stats here, it released in August 6, 2022.
Yeah.
So right between chapters, as we said before, 555 and 556. So like 2 chapters before the end of Wano for the manga. And then that'd be episodes. So again, we're still like we might have been still in East Blue. I'm not sure. Maybe in Alabasta by that point. I forget how quickly we got through, but yeah, we were pretty firmly established. We had a good 8 months of the podcast at that point. So it was always really funny to see. One of the early comments was like, Luffy's shirt in this movie is just our logo.
Yes, yeah.
and it's shocking how long I had no idea how long he's in that shirt for this movie.
Yeah. It's not like a blink and you miss it. Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's his outfit, and I kind of love that we cribbed it, that we got it first.
Shout out to Daniel Alba for having insane observation hockey like a year out.
I mean, I had an idea for how to do it. He put it together. It was like, that's gorgeous. And bam, that's our logo. So, kind of amazing. And as far as where the anime was at this point, it was between episodes 1027 and 1028, which basically it's right between, it's Big Mom. She had fallen off of Onigashima.
Okay.
Courtesy of the worst generation. Zoro gets his scar onto Kaido, and Luffy's doing his big resolve to feed him. And then 1028 is worst generation and Emperor's getting scattered across, so they're in their final positions for where they're going to be for their fights. Kids getting ready to fight Big Mom, Killer getting ready to fight Hawkins, and Luffy getting ready to fight Kaido, while Nami, Tama, and Usopp are trying to get to the life floor while being chased by Page One. So we're right around there. It's pretty early in to all the fights, all things considered.
Which I feel like is an interesting thing. Not to get ahead. And while I do think this movie looks good, I do think it looks a little less good than Stampede, and kind of a little less good than the anime, which is a weird thing.
Yeah, it's there's some gorgeous visuals here. Without a doubt. But I think what's really funny is that it's not exactly action focused. Mm-hmm. That's not what it's all about. Why. Yeah, you're not going to get those insane battle scenes that you're getting with Wano with this movie. And I kind of like that. I like that they kind of were on a different direction with all the fighting going on in Wano. It's like you have all the fighting that you need. That just has more of a character piece. With Film Red
and
here.
I feel like even more so than kind of the last few, even like the Oda-led modern movies. Especially, I don't want to dog on Stampede. Like these movies have entirely different priorities. But I feel like even compared to something like Film Z or Gold, I feel like this really does kind of nail down. Okay, we're going to tell a story about an original character that the Straw Hats will just be involved with, and I think that's sort of the. It's kind of where I feel like the modern films, ever since Strong World, have always been moving toward. But I think maybe because they were so focused on like the action and the adventure, they're, you know, like I wouldn't say, you know, like they're certainly memorable villains, right? Like we Zed is fantastic, but like this is such a movie about Uta as a character and her story, her connection to like the broader One Piece setting, and of course to Shanks and all of that, that like it really does feel like this is a movie about this character. And you know, sort of
this is
everything
Uta's movie, nobody
that.
else's. This is Uta's,
Yep.
kind of like, again, how it was Zed's movie,
Yeah.
which fitting because I friggin' love this movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it perfect or anything like that. I recognize flaws in a lot of its in some of the things it does, and maybe some pacing bits and here and there, but overall it is so friggin' enjoyable, and it commits to the bit so completely that you just get sucked into what it's doing. And by the end of this movie, I have not had tears this intense since freaking Coco.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. Like I distinctly remember watching Coco in theaters and getting to the whole remember me bit at the end, at the very end there, and just, you know, not like sobbing, but just having them just flow, you know, you just feel the emotion. Cause I'm not really much of one to like fully sob at that much, especially at that time, because I didn't have a kid at that time, and for some reason having a kid makes you cry more often. I don't know what it is.
Oh wow, I
like,
wonder why that
it unlocks a lot of emotions. Go figure.
Yeah.
But with, you know, you have all this going on, and you have how the whole thing ends, and then you have the such strong theme of fatherhood running throughout this thing, and it's just like
Yep. Congrats. We finally got our dad movie.
Yeah, we got our dad movie, and then this movie sat with me for a while. Like the best time for me to watch is a bit late at night. So it was 3 a.m.
Oh
finished.
my God.
And I just finished the movie, and I have, you know, all these tears running down my face and all that stuff. And I just had to sit there. I sat there for a good 30 minutes just contemplating the movie and what it just did, and looking into the English version and just bits of trivia and stuff like that, just taking what this movie was. And it's a funny thing, I don't even know if I would call this my favorite, but it's the most affecting One Piece movie,
which is I feel like that's what makes it so interesting. As for, you know, at current, like the last One Piece movie, I feel like this is maybe the most unique one in terms of storytelling, other than Baron no Matsuri. I feel like even kind of the best ones, you know, again, your Strong Worlds, your Z's, like they're very kind of Shonen Jump action adventure movies, right? Like you kind of understand what you're getting into, but you know, I don't think, you know, not to, you know, to sort of introduce this character and to just like she's going to die at the end of the movie, right? Like
right.
This sort of like, I feel like highly marketable, you know, you get it. It's about music. You get this famous J-pop singer in Otto to do all the songs, and they're freaking incredible. But to actually like to kind of have the balls to be like, no, this is a character story that like ends in tragedy, and you just kind of have to sit with that, and you have to like watch the characters kind of sit with that, and it's a different kind of ending than even compared to, you know, Baron no Matsuri. I feel like it's a very different ending for a One Piece movie.
It has elements, I think, of Omatsuri and Zed. Just because of the dreamlike state and the desperation for happiness that Omatsuri had, combined with the intense character study and inherent tragedy of the character in Zed. And I mean, if you're going to have two movies to pull from
Right.
Damn.
Our two favorite One Piece movies.
Yeah,
Wow.
go figure. Finding a way to combine those, that's gonna have an effect, and
Yeah.
obviously it had an effect on a lot of people. I don't know if it's the markability of Otto singing, and because God, the range on this woman,
Yeah.
and she's a young woman too. Like I think she was only like 22 at the time. I think she was
Oh, my
actually
God.
Uta's age
Oh,
when this
wow.
came out. I'd never heard. It's so really funny story. As far as when it comes to all this, the new, the new Rhythm Heaven had come out.
Yes.
And people
yes.
discovered that there's a new Otto song in there, and I'm like, all right, I don't know who Otto is. Why is okay? I guess this is
Right. Like, why is this a big deal?
why does this matter that there's an Otto song in this Rhythm Heaven? I honestly assumed it was just somebody that had worked on Rhythm Heaven in the past, and it's like, oh, they're back again, and they just have a song in each one. Not that this is a significant pop figure in Japan,
Yes.
who I think is, I don't know if she's ever actually revealed her face.
Oh.
She's kind of like a VTuber pop song singer.
Interesting.
type thing.
Yeah. We have. I feel like nowadays, I feel like we have a lot of those.
Yeah. And
That's very
to watch this and be like, oh, I might have to look into Rhythm Heaven.
right.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like as an introduction, like kind of not only is this a great movie, but like as an introduction to Otto's music, like I feel like you can't talk about One Piece Film Red without like this is a musical, right? Like this is
it's straight up
this is
musical.
like this is a rock like a pop opera. That there's so many musical sequences that are all like they take the visuals in really interesting directions. The songs are all really fantastic, and I feel like really do a good job of showing off Otto's like her vocal like her just like her incredible singing voice, but also her range in terms of tone, in terms of character, and how these songs feel like they're built to match like the context of the movie and kind of her own very like wavering emotional state, like her own arc over the course of the movie.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to be going back and listening to a lot of these songs, and it's really interesting to see like what was it about this movie that has it currently ranked as the 7th highest grossing Japanese film of all time.
Is it 7th?
Yeah,
I thought it was,
it's
is it? Okay, I thought it was 6th.
It's according to the 7th. I might be. It might have changed or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it grossed a few more over time. But one thing it is for sure is that it grossed over 15 billion yen.
Wow.
And it surpassed Film Z's previous record of 6.87 billion yen in only 10 days.
Oh my god.
That's just Japan. So I don't know whether it's the singer, the story, or all of the above. And it just caught on like wildfire. I mean, you saw it in theaters twice. So obviously it hooks you. It
does.
And I
does.
can tell you right now, I probably would have watched this movie twice. I can make it worthwhile too. I'll watch it in Japanese. Let's go see the English version.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember I watched the first time by myself, second time with a couple of friends. And so it's like it was still in theaters. Timing had just worked out, and then I have since bought the what was one of the few anime that got a 4K release here, so I copped that and I've watched that on disc a couple of times, and it's a great movie. Turns out Japan was right. As much as I lament that Demon Slayer takes the top 2 spots of their most grossing films of all time, not just anime films, like films period. Not like there's like one live action film I think in the top 5 that's like just within earshot of Red, but it is pretty incredible, and I feel like we sometimes talk on this podcast, maybe more on like the Patreon content of just like how One Piece has kind of became like like pandemic onwards became such a like global phenomenon. And again, that's partly the manga hitting up really high highs. It's the anime continuing to push further in animation. But I feel like it is also that like this movie is kind of a cultural touchstone in and of itself.
To some degree, yeah. I mean, it's honestly just perfect timing for hitting that.
I think it's
hitting that 1000th chapter, hitting that 1000th episode, and then having such a fantastic movie right there, ready.
Yeah.
To just keep that momentum going.
It really felt like we were kind of in this moment where it felt like One Piece had just been kept pushing higher and higher, and it felt like somehow everything that this franchise is doing turns into gold. Not film gold, certainly not, yeah. And certainly not red as in debt.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that like it when everything I feel like is coming together and we have all of these different moving parts that are all kind of in top form, and I don't know, it feels like they're all kind of pushing all of the other things upward, right? Rising tide lifting all boats and some such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it has such an interesting production as well because.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about this.
Did you see who the director is?
Yes. That was actually something where I was like, oh snap, because that's a big deal. Because it is one Goro Taniguchi, who I forget we watched. So he was the director of the first the first ever animated One Piece anything before Toei got the production. I forget what it was called. It was like
Defeat the Pirate Gonzague.
Yes, yeah.
And that is the very first thing we did a bonus episode for. Okay. It's like the because it was traditional. It was you could definitely tell it was in a previous era. It was a different styles,
different art styles.
It was so different because there's nothing established from the anime yet.
Yeah, right. Because it's like all the sound effects are different. It's got a different cast as well. Like it really is just this weird kind of offshoot, like kind of piece of history.
And the crazy thing is that the only One Piece things he's ever done is Ganzak and Film Red. he's not touched One Piece at all beyond that. But he did the 2019 Code Geass movie.
He's the director of the original Code Geass.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that he was the director of that. He's done a lot. He did all the way back in '94. He did the storyboards for G Gundam.
Because he was Sunrise. I think he was at Sunrise before he left. Because he also did Scried. I think that's how you say that.
And I always call it Escriad, but Scried probably makes sense. He did the storyboard for episode 15 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters.
Oh wow!
have that in there. He was director of Planets.
I know what that is. That's the manga's by the same author as Vinland Saga.
Yes.
Yeah.
He helped work on Space Dandy.
Yeah.
He has a pretty solid filmography.
I feel like that's what's so interesting because I don't remember off the top of my head who like directed some of like the other like modern era One Piece films, but we had the man who passed away recently who did Film Z, who then did like the first like year of Wano and was responsible for kind of overhauling the anime's visual style. And I don't remember who did Gold off the top of my head, but like it feels like Goro Taniguchi feels like kind of a pull, kind of like let's just get this guy.
Yeah. They just had that influence at this point where they like these big directors maybe kind of wanted to work on this stuff.
I feel like that is also again like the rise and sort of like the cultural cachet of One Piece, and just kind of bringing in all of these kind of
you got Oda's vision. There's a lot of wiggle room for bringing in your own style for what you want to do, and it just kind of works. And apparently I didn't see him. It's been so long I couldn't. Gunzak does have a cameo in the movie. Apparently. I don't know where.
Didn't see him. I don't know what he look. I don't remember what he looks like.
Yeah, I don't either. And it's so funny that it's very pointed where this takes place during Wano, because it's essentially the saying for the way this movie works is essentially, let's take the characters as they are at that point in Wano, pick them up,
yes,
into this new scenario. Just because it can only happen right here as far as time wise, which is really funny.
It is really funny. It's sort of, imagine if Wano was happening but Big Mom didn't leave.
I know. It was so weird to say, like, wait, Big Mom's in this movie, when I saw her show up, and it was just an excuse to get brulee oven and eventually katakuri in here, but it's so different in that. And then the crazy thing to me, there's actually some fun English side of the things in here.
That's
where Lisa Ortiz, the original voice of Chopper in the 4Kids dub, actually returns here as the voice of Sunny-kun.
Yes, our little mascotified Sunny. I had no idea that was her, actually, and I
listened to it in Japanese, so I haven't got a chance to go back and listen to it. But I mean, we know the 4Kids actors are more than capable of putting on good performances that aren't cheesy.
And
Dark Side Dimensions.
I want to say that we've had other 4Kids actors come back prior to this. I don't remember like who and in what context. There's a really cool one coming up that I can't wait to talk about soon-ish.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. The dub understands the assignment when it comes to casting.
And then the other fun thing was that the voice of Uda in English was Amelie, which it's such good casting when you consider what Otto is like. Yeah, it's like that is kind of the English equivalent, just how respected and beloved Amelie became and got into the voice acting gig and all that stuff, is known for her songs, all that. It's just a shame that we didn't get official translations and dubs of the songs, but it's also like, you'd also be missing out on Otto. Like, what do you want?
What do you do in that context? Yeah, it's kind of a little no good results out of that.
Yeah, Otto's kind of the focus, but I also am really curious how Amelie would have handled it.
I want to say that she has made covers of some of the songs from Red. I've not listened to them. So I could be wrong about that, but that seems like something I should verify after we're done recording, because that feels like I can't do it officially. Might as well. Here's what my take would have sounded like.
So I just did a quick search. It looks like the only one she did, as far as a cover, right off the bat, is Backlight.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember which one Backlight was. Which
Me neither.
song during it all it was, but I'm kind of bringing it up myself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I can't, because it'll appear on the. Actually, no, it'll be fine.
Okay.
But still, it's cool that she at least did that cover. Oh, it's the rock pop version.
Oh, okay.
So that's a fun choice. And she's talking about her bitterness during that song. So
that's I'm glad, even if they couldn't dub the music, I am ultimately glad that they cast her. I watched the dub for my rewatch for this episode, and it is, I mean, it's the One Piece dub, right? Like, there's not really much to complain about at this point. But she does a fantastic job, as does everybody else, as you would expect.
Yeah, like I'm blanking on the actress's name, but Luffy's voice actress is just has him nailed at this point.
Down pat at this point. Yeah. Colleen Clinkenbeard.
Colleen Clinkenbeard. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, just perfect. Oh goodness, but yeah, it's some fun stuff in here, and I might have to find these songs because damn,
yeah,
they really are.
Yeah,
just
a few good. Of them. New Genesis is in my rotation a lot. It's fantastic, and I feel like I haven't dove as much into the lyrics for some of the other songs, but I love the lyrics. I feel like capture the themes of One Piece so well. Very much. In that like what Uta's trying to do and sort of like bringing about a new era, right? Like is so much of what the manga's already about, right? So in that sense, like the story feels like such a natural extension of the themes that the manga's been doing for years at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not surprised. I was curious, and I'm not surprised at all. She became a playable character in Pirate Warriors 4.
Oh yeah. God, I bet she's not a huge Pirate Warriors fan, but I bet she's really fun.
I bet. Oh God. Shall we get into the episode? The animated, the movie itself. Talk a little bit more.
Let's actually talk about the plot
because it's actually not one that's super easy to break down.
It's a little complicated. Well, I feel like the complicated thing is how, because I feel like the actual backstory is not that complicated, but you're only kind of getting bits and pieces of it over the course of the movie.
Yeah, they dole out information a little bit at a time because it's interesting to start out with. The pirate era sucks. Pirates are ransacking our stuff. We're downtrodden. The government's no help, but the pirates aren't much better. Just taking everything else we have remaining. It's just kind of awful. And then here comes Uda saying, I want to relieve you guys of all that, and you just jump right into the concert with the first song and just getting those crazy visuals, and of course the Straw Hats are there because she is apparently in the past 2 years has become a just massive worldwide phenomenon, but she's never made a actual appearance. Much like Otto, she put out all her stuff through the transponder snails that people would then listen to, and they built up a fan base that way.
Yeah, and I feel like that's another interesting thing about like this movie's narrative is sort of the idea of how culture kind of spreads and is sort of like a unifying moment in a world that is very difficult to do, right? In a world like One Piece, where long distance communication is not easy, that her music was able to kind of, she wanted to get her message out there and wanted to bring people together like this, and just with the simple goal of just wanting to make people's lives better. I also really enjoy the Straw Hats outfits in this opening scene. Some of them are very funny.
Frankie is basically a radio or whatever, or a cassette player, is ridiculous.
We got Elvis Jimbei.
Elvis Jimbei, Kiss Rocker Usopp,
yeah. That's so good.
There's definitely some fun outfits they have in this, and just right off the bat, one of the things I noticed, the facial animation on Uda is phenomenal in this.
Yeah, and I feel like you really do have to so many different kinds of emotions, but I feel like for idol stuff I feel like is maybe an animator's worst nightmare, and you see it a lot, especially with the kind of kind of average for anime CGI at least, but the 2D shots, she really is like, I feel like the animators are truly breathing life into her, just through her dance sequences and her emotions and stuff.
You get why she is such a phenomenon, and it's effective to see her like singing like this and just showing backgrounds, like here's Alabasta, here's Water 7, here's Ines
Yep.
Lobby, here's Saboti. And while this movie does have its own set of like cameo characters popping in, much like Stampede, it doesn't feel as egregious as Stampede. It feels a bit more measured.
Yeah, well, I feel like for Stampede, it makes sense when as sort of just like an anniversary celebration. Like, man, isn't One Piece just the cool? And yeah, it is the coolest. So again, I'm not above jingling keys, but I think the story of Red and the story of Uta really is about kind of her interacting with the totality of the One Piece world like this. And I feel like for a story about like the kind of the bonding power of music, it makes sense that you kind of show that kind of both figuratively and literally, she's kind of taken over the whole world.
Yeah, she very much is. And just to have the pure joy there, the way she's all singing. And I like because I did, of course, rewatch a little bit, and especially the opening number, just because I was curious if the English version did translate it or not, the songs. So it's really funny to realize in retrospect that almost from the outset you're under her spell with the sing fruit.
Yes, which is, again, it's such a cool, because the first time you're watching this movie, you don't really think anything of it. It's just, oh, the Straw Hats arrive at the venue, and it's kind of rainy, it's kind of foggy, it's kind of cloudy, and then, the performance starts, and you're so captivated by it, both the characters and as a viewer, that, like, for a while, you don't really, the weather turns all, like, bright and sunny, and you don't really think about it. But it's a cool storytelling device to really, like, no, she has taken you to another world.
Yeah, all these special effects and stuff that seems so wild for the One Piece world is like, no, that's why.
Yeah,
that's why she's able to really do all this stuff. The fact that, like, she finishes her song and her little microphone just sort of dissipates. It's like, some part of you's like, okay, there's a devil fruit involved. That's what you're thinking. It's a devil fruit involved, and you're right, but not in the way that you're thinking.
This honestly didn't break my immersion as much as I thought it would, because I think I have Egghead on the mind a little too much.
Yeah, for me, as like this, I'm sure Egghead's going to be a technological wonder, but to see this sort of technology out there in the One Piece world,
it is a leap.
This feels a little advanced.
Yeah.
And considering Egghead was still, like, not even in the manga yet.
Yeah, just barely.
Is saying something. But I also like how stagey it is right off the bat, because you finish the song and then Luffy is like, wait a second. He just approaches the stage and it's like, oh, it's my friend Uda from the childhood. This is Shanks's daughter, which, hey, didn't know that.
Yeah, which is a good twist right off the bat. Did you know that, like, Shanks had really any involvement in this movie?
I knew Shanks was involved. I knew like Uda was a big thing, and I knew Shanks was a big thing. Like, Shanks is all over the marketing for this one. Even the logo has like his scar.
Oh yeah, he's got the scar. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but yeah, just kind of to drop that off the bat.
Yeah, they wasted no time in there, and then like, oh, it's my childhood friend Uda, and it's just like to see Luffy hug Uda like that.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen him hug anybody like that.
Right? Yeah, I feel like it's a different kind of, like, it's not like Sabo, right? Where it's like, oh God, I thought you were dead, that kind of thing. But it is just kind of like, two friends kind of reuniting for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm. It also shows just how similar they are, because they break from the hug and they're laughing in the exact same pose.
Yes.
It's such quick, good character work.
And in the kind of nonchalant way too, right? Like, everybody of course is like, what? And she's just kind of not really, it's like, yeah.
She's right? No-selling it because they're already under her spell, so she doesn't have to worry about people freaking out about Luffy being here and being revealing the fact that she's Shanks' daughter, which definitely shocks everybody. But then, of course, we get these guys that say, we're going to kidnap her so we can make lots of money. And it's even better that she's Shanks' daughter. Yep. I think I'd find out that Shanks' daughter's like, I am not touching that girl. That is
right.
You're
Like,
to mess with an emperor's daughter. That feels like a bad idea. These guys just show up, and then of course we get our opening fight scene between the Straw Hats, them, and then here comes Big Mom's pirates with Oven and Brûlée.
Brûlée. Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, Big Mom wants her. That's all. It's just
okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
A collection.
Hey, I mean, this. I was gonna say that pretty natural, actually.
Yeah, and it feels so stage show, like Universal stage show, because we've watched those again. All part of the bonus episodes too, but they're just the way it's structured, the way the dialogue is. It feels.
Oh God, you're totally right.
Weirdly corny.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yes, I will. I will handle these guys, no problem. And Uta even has like transforms into this cool like knight outfit with a big lance. It does. It feels like something straight out of a like a One Piece stage show.
Mm-hmm. And then just easily dispatches them into the music and whatnot. So into her music notes. So it's like. Something's a little odd.
Something's
here.
also
and then she wants to put on this endless concert, and then of course you have the Marines watching all this time, and it's just like, okay, what is up with this? There's a decent amount of mystery with all of this.
Yeah, and of course once you get the something very funny about watching the elders all just like watching on a projector. You're like, music.
But it's also in mute, which is a key point, like, because they know what's going on. I think it's honestly a pretty good use of the elders in this.
Yeah, that as well. Of course, I can't talk about the scene without addressing because they're talking. They're like, so what do we do about this girl? And then they're like, if she really is Shanks' daughter, right? Like, and then one of them says, like, that means that she might have Figureland blood, which is something that is never brought up ever again in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
At that point, what that means, it's a line that caused a lot of speculation.
Theory.
And I can...
Yeah.
Yes. I can say that I think with context clues and the information that we knew at that time, it's... Oh, do they think that she is Shanks's like daughter by blood? And is that implying Shanks's own lineage? Which would explain why he was talking to them in the reverie.
That's true. Oh, God,
so
I always forget that he talked to them during the reverie.
Yeah. So again, just basing off of what we knew back then, is one of those funny little like manga reader hints.
Manga readers are seeing this movie. It's like, wait, what the hell? That's the other fun thing about.
Like, what do you mean?
If we do get a 16th movie, what hints will Oda drop?
Yeah. It's at least more subtle than the laugh tail thing.
Right. Oh God, but yeah, Uda's basically going on about this endless concert that she wants to do, feeding people with all this stuff. I'm like, how the heck is she doing this? And then she gets into this classic contest with Luffy where they have to eat 4 pieces of chicken before a bull hits them. And Luffy always loses because she always distracts him with a drink and he always falls for it. But also he doesn't count that as losing, so in his mind he's won every time. So it's a good friendship between these two.
Yeah, and I think it immediately endears you into their friendship in the sort of that like kind of childish pettiness, competitiveness that like. I like that Uta is this sort of, like big pop star, but she also has that kind of competitive streak with Luffy. And that I feel like that they do kind of see each other as equals.
It's pretty fun. And yeah, we get just over the course, we learn more about like her time with Shanks, and it's confirms that this all happened before Luffy ever got the devil fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like very early into the bonding with Shanks, and so forth.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a really natural point in time to like slot this stuff into. Mostly just because it's left vague enough in the manga itself that they can just like, yeah, if Shanks kind of came in and out over time, that like, yeah, who's to say that he didn't have Uta with him?
Yeah. She slots in honestly kind of perfectly, and
Yeah.
the way the whole timeline works as far as how they're having that all structured, it's fitting. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think after that initial one, she does another song, and she's like, "Oh wait, you're still a pirate. You can't have
Yes.
that." All of a sudden, she's very anti-pirate. And I think this is the song that Amelie covered.
Okay.
Is when she's sending them all there, because she's able to summon these things, and God, the intensity she puts out there during the song, like you get sucked in.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, and I like this about the movie, that it does kind of, I think pretty early on is starting to be like, okay, something's not right here. Something that is like, yes, Uta is, again, like this very, very sweet, very likable pop star character. But then she's just kind of like, oh, you guys are here forever. Like you're just stop with this whole pirate thing. And Luffy's like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really get upset, but it's just like, that's cute, that's funny.
I think that's the other thing I like about this, because she obviously doesn't like. She gets to the point where she's like, even though she was daughter of Shanks and all that, and she hears he wants to be the Pirate King. It's like, no, I can't. No,
right?
No
Yeah,
pirates.
yeah.
Not letting that happen. Not happen there. And it's the shift in that. Oh gosh, my mind's all over the place. I'm trying to remember something before, and I'm also keeping track here. But I lost what I had in the current. So I'm going to go back to the previous point that I remembered. Is that the reason that Luffy's kind of shocked by this is that she rode with Shanks all the time. She was always with Shanks. She didn't stay behind,
yes.
And so she officially was Shanks's musician.
Yeah.
And one, I love how that kind of ties into Luffy constantly wanting a musician early on.
Yeah.
Because that's always like,
that.
I need a musician. That's it.
Yeah,
that was
very early on. He was
gag.
kind of fixated on that. Yeah.
So
that
I don't know if
does,
that's on purpose, but it kind of works. So
again, yeah, this is one of those things that fits. Seeing that, like, oh, you could see that Luffy basically got everything that he thinks a pirate is from Shanks. So that would include having a musician, and he's like, dang, Uta's a great musician. I want somebody like that on my crew.
Exactly. And then the other like foreshadowing that it's very easy to miss is that she starts singing, and then everybody's asleep, and the song kind of gets cut off, and it's like, huh, that was weird. Why'd that happen? And I honestly didn't even clock that as foreshadowing at the time. Like it's
yeah. There's a lot like that in this movie that I think does in that way. As also like as a fan of Code Geass, and as somebody who is sort of familiar with Taniguchi's like directorial style, I feel like it's these little touches that do kind of make him a really good fit for One Piece, because I feel like it's not just like, oh wow, foreshadowing, but there's these things that you kind of don't really have all the answers to, or all the context to, very very much like Oda style in the manga, where they kind of leave you with these little nuggets that you'll come back to it eventually. And so it while it doesn't explicitly say, oh, that's what this is, it's engaging because it leaves you to put the connections in yourself.
Right. That is highly enjoyable. And basically the entire Straw Hats get captured at this point until and Luffy's bound up. And we suddenly see that Kobe and Helmeppo are in the crowd, and Helmeppo's ready to stand up and try to go rescue Luffy, but Kobe's the one that's like, hold on, because here comes Bartolomeo, who happens to also be there for this concert, and he saves Luffy. And I love the ongoing gag of Luffy just being stuck in this barrier ball, constantly getting sick because of getting rolled around all the time. Oh God,
yeah.
And
Bartolomeo
then all of a sudden
also is very funny. Very much makes sense.
And then all of a sudden, here's Law happens to be here as well. But I love, like, what is Law doing at this place? And it's like, I'm not here for the concert. I'm here as a chaperone. And here out comes Beppo, all decked out. I'm sorry. That is a great excuse to get Law into this movie.
It's funny because he doesn't want to be here. He has that. I would really rather be anywhere else right now. And that, like, poor Beppo, because he has this weird little, like, light up, like, Uta thing, and it just always goes off by accident. He's just like, I'm sorry. He's here, but he's just disappointing his dad.
Yeah, it's oh gosh, Beppo doesn't get a lot, but it's still it's very cute. His his place in here. So yeah, at least that leads to sort of an island hunt, and eventually we also see that Balluno's here from CP9. I guess CP0 at this point.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, what an odd mix of characters. It feels. I think that's what makes it feel different from Stampede. It's just like it feels like more specific in who got chosen, who got highlighted.
And I feel like the characters all have a specific and believable reason to be here. If anything, the big mom folks are the ones where I'm the most like, okay. But I'm glad that they're here. So and they don't like get much to do otherwise. So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not throw them in?
Yeah, honest. I mean, you need Oven there because you need strength, but in order to justify Brule being there, because that's the real purpose, is that you need Brule.
Right, like Brule would not be there alone.
No, not at all. But also Brule serves as a great reason to get Katakuri in there eventually, which I'm sure that was like that Katakuri is absolutely a fan favorite, so get him in there.
That's all fan service.
Which is just kind of perfect on its own. But that's when they finally meet, I believe it's Gordon, that's who they come across, who is the former king of this land, Elegia, who's been talked about over time that used to be a land of music until Shanks ruined it. Like, he actually attacked this place and there's nothing left to it, which immediately raises questions like, that doesn't sound like Shanks.
Yeah. Immediately, you know. And I feel like it's that plus the other thing of, just to jump back slightly, of like Uta being part of Shanks's crew, and then kind of there's this sort of kind of unfilled space and time that we don't know about yet. And then at some point after that, she was no longer a part of the crew, and also now in the present doesn't like pirates. So between that and between learning about Shanks's role in all of this, I feel like the story kind of gets you like, something else is clearly going on here.
Yeah, and it's so interesting when they come back after the incident Elegia with Luffy is like, where's Uda? And the other members of Shanks' crew are very just somber as they disembark, and then Shanks puts on the brave face and being like, she had a chance to fulfill her dream of being a great singer. So, and it's not exactly a lie, but it's enough of a white lie. It's just like, you can definitely feel like being
you kind of get
tough. Yeah. That's why Luffy wasn't concerned about her. And I finally remembered what I wanted to say before, during the whole Straw Hats getting captured thing. I really like how this movie is essentially, it's a challenge to Luffy's emotional intelligence.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
That seems to be what's constantly getting pushed here, is that Uda is an old friend. He knows her, but she is just pained. He doesn't know exactly why, to the point to where he eventually is asking what happened. Like he actually cares about her past.
Yeah, that is also true. And I feel like and a younger Luffy would have reacted much more irrationally. I think he would have jumped the gun a lot faster. And so I feel like at this point in time, for Luffy, kind of effectively being an emperor of the sea at this point. Well, it's funny that they don't really acknowledge that, which I guess they can't.
They kind of do. They call him the fifth emperor, which again puts him exactly where he is at that point in Wano.
Yeah. It's just like, Gear 5 is here, so it's but it's beside the point. But just sort of kind of at this stage, it's interesting that this story is being told now at this stage in Luffy's journey, because I do feel like how he kind of reacts to and approaches Uta is I feel like that is kind of getting him to like his I had a phrase that wasn't quite coming to me, but you know what I mean. That he's being pushed like in this way.
Yeah, very much so. And to get Gordon's backstory, where they're the only two survivors, and he's just been raising up her abilities as a singer this entire time, really becoming a second father to her in this phase of her life, and trying to be curious about, like, it's almost another encompassment of Wano itself, where she is cut off from the outside world, knows nothing, but then she gets that chance to put herself to the outside world thanks to these transponder snails that washed up, and she starts putting her music out there and then getting fan letters back and seeing all this stuff and getting a sense of it. And it's very much like that online creator type thing.
But, definitely.
But it's also interesting that the parasocial aspect of it comes from her, where she just hears about the hurt.
It's kind of the reverse, isn't it?
Yeah. Where she cares so much about the people.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is what ends up kind of pushing her to eventually do what she does. But yeah, sort of the idea that it is, I feel like it's also very funny that this is coming in 2022 and sort of, kind of peak COVID, right? Like, people are trapped inside and like people are, I feel like this is sort of a movie fueled by that kind of isolation, right? And that kind of people wanting to kind of rally around this one thing in Uta's music, and kind of what that kind of attention ultimately does to her, and that sort of desire to make things better, and how it just kind of gets taken to the extreme.
Yeah, how do you make this world better? And that's kind of a key question of One Piece, is that the world of One Piece is kind of messed up, and she recognizes that, and she has this ability.
It's her version of the new era.
Yeah, she has a way to fix it in her mind, but it's also like when you see the depths of like what it actually is when she gets confronted by Fujitora and Kizaru.
Kizaru.
It's just like, oh no. Like she's gone that step too far.
The scope of the danger, it is surprising, and like I like the structure of, because we start off very tight, right? We start off in, not to get too ahead, but the dream world, basically, and just we are in this one setting, and then we start to learn about things from Gordon's side of things, and then it isn't quite until then, until we see the Marines, that like the danger that Uta poses, the scope and scale of the thing that she's trying to achieve, doesn't really come into full view for like quite some time into the movie. It's like almost half.
Yeah, it's a good chunk of time until we learn any indication of what her motivations are. I think I'm looking at it here. It's about the 55-ish minute mark. Not exactly but about 55 minutes or so. Like, it's almost at the hour where you see the real world where it's rainy,
Yes.
cloudy, just like we saw at the beginning, and they let you know that okay, so anyone who's heard her song around the world has been captured into this dream world. It doesn't matter if they were on Elegia for the concert itself or just watching through the transponder snails. If they heard her voice, they are now in this dream world and they are trapped there until she releases them. And if she dies, they will stay there permanently. However, if she sleeps at all, then the people will be released. However, she's been eating these special mushrooms, these wake shrooms that keep her awake, but they also massively drain her stamina because, well, she's using her devil fruit the entire time. So she's going to die if she keeps using this, which will permanently trap people in this world, essentially killing all of them. And they eventually reveal the stat that she has 70% of the world under her spell.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is a scale of an issue far greater than anything else in One Piece we've seen up to this point. That 70% of the population
funny.
could be wiped out.
This is like it's funny that this is so close to like the world government nuking Lelugia.
I know, right? We saw that
it is. We are kind of dealing with these like world-ending threats, kind of slowly but surely. But like, despite the fact
really
that
funny for manga readers that this comes out and then like 4 chapters later, by Lelugia.
yeah, it does. In its own way, this also feels like kind of a story for the final saga, right? Like in terms of theme, in terms of scope, in terms of like kind of really trying to unpack all of like the ills of the One Piece world and, you know, what would cause somebody to do something like this. Like it's I think honestly really it's fascinating, and I think that learning about Uta's motivations, like it's twisted, but you kind of get it, right? And again, very much in that parasocial way in reverse, where she's the one kind of taking in all of the ills and all of the suffering and saying, okay, here's what I'm going to do to fix it. Because obviously nobody's doing anything to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, and she even says that to Kizaru and Fujitora, who cares about the body when I'm saving their soul?
Yeah.
Because
Very,
and then that's the
like
and
cultish.
Again, the way she's confronted by this by the real world and the way people act, because again, she does not know. She's just ignorant to all of this. Where the people are like, I'm having fun here, but I got to get back to work. I got to get back to my dreams. I got to get back to what I want to do. When her mind is like, I have this dream world where I can take care of you completely. Every need you want is taken care of. This is why she's conjuring food. This is why she's able to turn Beppo into a little kid. Why she's able to anthropomorphize the Sunny.
Yeah. There's this exchange. I don't exactly remember when it happens in the film, but it caught my eye because there's a scene where she's talking to Luffy. And you know that she's basically like, you know, I'm doing this to create a new era, and Luffy says something along the lines of like, I'm going to become king of the pirates so that I can create a new era. And I feel like that is not something I feel like we've ever heard Luffy say specifically, or like those two concepts together. That like he's becoming the pirate king.
Yeah, he's never mentioned a new era. Yeah, he's never mentioned a new era, which is definitely caught my attention.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me in that way, because it is that in some way related to the dream that we always kind of cut off screen before we're able to find out what it is, and it makes me think that like it could be something on the scale of something kind of childish and naive, like what Uta's trying to do, but just in like a completely different way, because I think what Uta's dream is ultimately still taking away freedom from people. And I think that's why she's the opposition to Luffy in this kind of moment in time. And so that also made me start to consider what would be kind of like the opposite of this. I don't know what it is, but like it has me thinking that this in its own way could be related to like the worldwide scale of whatever Luffy needs to become the king of the pirates to achieve. What does what does Luffy's era look like? So it's just got me thinking about those things.
It's very much so. Speaking of eras, I love how this hour mark is also marked by, Charlos is here because he got trapped in this dream world. And what's he want to do? He wants to make her a slave.
Yes. This scene was great.
I like how she just does not take him seriously at all, but also really just, it really does just encapsulate.
You're why I'm doing this.
Yeah, you're why I'm doing this. And trying to convince the people, it's like, hey, you don't need to worry about this. Even the guys, like, the Charlie shoots his own men. She's desperately trying to help them. And then he's just, like, uncaring about that. But she heals them, and they're like, nope, still going to work for Charlos. Because that's just the power.
These are the gods. And I love this because this is when people start to push back on Uta's dream and what she's trying to get people to do. And it's one of those things that's like, changing people isn't that easy. And even though, despite the fact that she has people under a spell, has people under her control like this, like, she hasn't really taken away their free will and doesn't really understand, like, this is clearly better for you. Why aren't you, why can't you see that? And I think, and that's something that I feel like that she's still very kind of confused by for, like, the majority of the story. And I don't even know if not really until the end that she kind of realizes just, like, kind of what the consequences of such a thing are.
Yeah. It takes so long to kind of understand it. But the interesting thing is that she is, running from her own truth.
yes, that is also true.
And she becomes so desperate from that she decides to fall into that trap of what ultimately ends up happening. Because, I'll also say that I forgot to mention this at the beginning. I did not expect Uta to actually be the villain of this movie.
I was going to say.
I had no idea who the villain was. But they also, like, appropriately enough, they find somebody else to take that villain role.
Yeah.
She's still villainous.
She's definitely, the driving antagonist, but also we need something to punch.
yeah, exactly. We can't punch Uta, but it really is the whole Charlos thing. Is like, she helps him, she takes care of Charlos, but then there's all these kids are just like, I gotta go. We gotta, like, I gotta do these other things. I gotta go back to school. I like school. I like these things. It's that challenging of everything that finally makes her kind of lose it a little bit and becomes a little bit more desperate. And all the while, by this point, the other Straw Hats had realized that they can get free by singing certain notes, and like putting Brook to use there with his singing ability.
Yeah.
Although I was wondering the whole time while he was stuck there why he couldn't just use his soul power to just get his body out there and look at the notes.
Yeah. It's a dream world.
Yeah, it's fine. But this is where Brule comes in, because they get information on this musical piece called the Tot Musica.
Yeah.
So, and that's where, hey, we need something to punch.
Well, how about some lore? How about some backstory to get us to punch?
Yeah, this song that summons the Demon King of songs, and as we learn, has the ability to connect the dream world of the Sing Sing fruit to the real world, so they become one and the same, and then just kind of lay waste to them all, and eventually realize that that's what happened to Elegia all those years ago with Shanks, and that they loved her singing when they went to this island. They wanted her to stay there and culture her singing ability, and she was like, no, I want to stay with Shanks and be your musician. And he's like, okay. He's not going to, like, I honestly thought he was going to try to force her to stay there initially. That's why she was still on the island.
Yeah.
And it's so much more tragic than just, I want you to stay here to live out this dream instead of what you're actually asking for. It's so much more tragic than that.
Yeah. It's also actually no, keep going.
Okay.
Had a thought getting a little too ahead.
Well, yeah, because it turns out that what happened is she got so interested in music, they kept putting song after song after song in front of her that she just got invested in. And she happened to find the top musica.
Yeah.
And doesn't know any better. She's a kid. Doesn't know this is bad. Sings it, summons the demon.
Yeah.
And then just that's what lays waste to all of this.
I guess it's interesting because it's a movie, but the idea that there is just like straight up like a demon king,
exactly.
But there's not really any kind of. It feels like the most supernatural. Like One Piece has maybe gotten to this point. Other than now that we know the legend of Nika and the sun god and stuff like that, but like. That's at least like a devil fruit. This is just like straight up the devil.
And yet I never questioned it. It also seems inherently connected to the Sing Sing fruit. Mm-hmm. And at least in how it's taken care of, or else the Sing Sing world works. It's so tied together.
Which honestly might be, I'm wondering if that's intentional in some way. At least in the idea, if we've got the Nika fruit connected, that is ultimately a Zoan fruit that is just also like the manifestation of a god. Like, yeah, why not? There's this other god that's also just tied to a paramecia fruit.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Weirdly believable at this specific point in time.
Yeah. Unknowingly, she just unleashes this demon king, and Shanks and his wipes out all the people, but Shanks and his crew is able to sort of fight it off for now, and realize that she has the capability of summoning this, and he has to keep it a secret. He can't let her be able to sing that song again, or anything like that. So he decides to leave her with Gordon, but also not tell her what happened, so she doesn't have the guilt that she massacred and unintentionally massacred an entire island of people.
Yes.
But then I like how it is like Gordon blaming himself. I should have gotten rid of that song. I should have destroyed it. But my love of music and my love of like just the historical importance of it, I couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. And that's why we're back in this situation where she gets so desperate from the people not listening to this dream that she wants to fulfill that she's going to kind of force it.
Yeah.
Through the Demon King. And that's a banger of a song too.
yeah. It's again, I feel like the range, the intensity, it really does kind of feel like the summoning of like a demon god. I did not know this until today. And apparently, there are parts of the song that are written in, they're in like runes. It's like elder foothark. It's called, at least I'm seeing here. It looks almost. It's Germanic, but it looks almost like, I don't know, like the kind of runes you'd see like God of War or something. Like
the subtitles in on Crunchyroll just have like a bunch of squares when she's not singing in Japanese.
I think that they the language support broke.
Yeah, I think so. Something happened there.
And that's one of those things that I did not know that until today. but it was wondering because it was like, this is in Japanese. Otherwise, I'd be able to understand it.
Yeah. And essentially, the way to defeat the Demon King is he has to be beaten at the same time in the same places in both the dream world and the real world, which creates its own little issue of how do you communicate between that. And that's where you get your action climax. Where Luffy's desperately trying to get through to Uda. She's falling more desperate, especially as they're realizing she's going to die in 2 hours. Oh, she's going to die in 1 hour. Yeah. And this buildup is so good and impactful where you're just sort of sucked in. It's like, and it's the slow realization that there's not going to be a happy ending here, or if there is, it's like, how are they going to pull this off?
Right. It would feel like a cop out almost, and that there is this build up with this desperation. And I feel like there's been stakes like this before, and of course you think like, oh yeah, it's a Shonen Jump anime movie, it's all gonna kind of turn out fine. I really do like that it's kind of at this lowest point as she's kind of having this falling out with Luffy in the dream world, and is about to stab his unconscious body in the real world, and that's when and she kind of thinks that she's the most alone in the world, and that's when Shanks comes in to stop the knife.
Yeah, and
it's great.
Just the dual interactions between her and Shanks and her and Luffy work so well. And again, it's time for a therapy session to try and get through this girl. What's going on.
Yes.
Is again working with Luffy's emotional intelligence while trying to get through to her, and everybody's trying to get the simultaneous attacks to get through, and having Bartolomeo trap her in the barrier fruit so she can't get her song out and affect anybody. It's some good tactics in there. But then you find out that she found a recording of the Demon King's attack, so she's known for like a year, which is also why she's so desperate to have this perfect world, because I think the guilt of it all, to try to maybe give back to it, and just the frustration that Shanks still abandoned her.
Yes,
in that way, but. Again, it's like the thing that gets to me is like, by this point in the real world, for some reason the Navy's like, screw it, just kill her.
Right.
Which is insane to me, because
it's insane. Dog, there's celestial dragons in there.
Yeah. Just like, screw it, kill her. Because apparently apparently the unleashing of the Demon King is enough to like, extended enough to like, okay, we gotta, step in now and really make sure this is not taken care of. Meanwhile, Shanks and his crew are like protecting her while she's attacking them with the I like how we have kind of a zombie thing in here too, with the way she uses the people who are asleep.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but like that is also, I think, one of the more interesting musical sequences, is that kind of one, after seeing how much Uta kind of owns like the dream world, and how I feel like her action sequences are much like, I'm kind of the boss of this world. And then, you see that in the real world, and the way that she's just kind of controlling everybody like zombies, and is just also feeling like she's completely in control of the real world as well.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's a good thing you have Fujitora there, because I feel like Kizaru would not care about killing civilians, and eventually he does not care about killing civilians, which he even comments is like, strange that it's the pirates protecting the people while we're trying to kill one. Oh well.
You think?
Funny that. It's also so desperate that Fujitora is even like considering just kind of going along with what the Navy's plans are, right? Even though he's typically pretty honorable about everything. But yeah, and that's the point. I'm like, I don't know if there's a way out for her out of this. Like, you want like for her to feel better and like redeem herself after this. But when you have a girl that can threaten 70% of the world, there's no going back to being a pop star. Not with the world government. Not in this world.
Not as this. Yeah. And Shanks can protect you, but only so much, right?
Yeah.
And especially like, does she even feel comfortable after what she did because of this misunderstanding?
Yeah, and it's one of the, like, sort of what you started grappling with. I do like, as an as somebody just watching it, just that slow realization. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
And so basically our big action climax is we need to have these two, the real world and the dream world, connect, so we can take on this giant Demon King song monster who's like honestly kind of a sick design. Like, he's goofy, but he's also is threatening. And they connect, and this is where it really started getting me, through Usopp and Yasop's observation hockey.
Yes.
It's strong enough that they connect to each other, and it's actually have a chance. I love that they did, like, hey, we got Usopp here and he's never interacted with his dad. Let's actually do that,
Yeah.
in at least some way.
And this is sort of it's a fun, I think this is an interesting excuse to like have Luffy and Shanks's crews work together while also not meeting.
Yes, that is exactly what this is. It's very much like the first My Hero Academia movie. If you've,
I've seen it, but I don't catch me up. I don't remember.
Well, it basically is. From my understanding, the movies sort of did a lot of what if scenarios. Like, wouldn't it be cool to see this? The first movie is Deku and All Might never team up in a fight.
Oh,
this is their chance to team up in a fight. Second movie, what if Bakugo had the all for? I think it's I can't remember if it's all for one or one for all, but the Deku's abilities. Yeah. What does that look like? Those sort of what if scenarios, and that's kind of what this movie does. It's like, what if we actually had Luffy and Shanks fight side by side?
Yeah, but in a way that doesn't like ruin the whole theme of the series.
Exactly,
right?
We can't have that. Like, I like that them being that close still works because they're basically that close in the chapter that happened right before this movie came out.
Right, yeah, like, this isn't any different than Shanks
hockey.
doing the Wi-Fi hockey like 5 miles off the coast.
But yeah, I mean, just seeing Usopp and Yasopp connect to each other and being like this point, and you see like key characters from the dream world and key characters from the real world attacking this point at the same time, and that teamwork aspect was really cool. Like, this is not like they're animating the hell out of this. They're trying to make it as exciting as possible while doing all this. It's not the most like compelling like choreography or anything like that. It's very simple attacks, all things considered, but it's still the team up aspect of it. Of here's Zoro and Ben Beckman attacking at the same time, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then of course, we got Usopp in there. You got kind of Curry finally shows up. You got everybody sort of helping out a little bit until we get the final hit where it's Luffy and Shanks.
Yeah, of course.
And
that's, there's our little Gear 5.
Exactly. Don't think I didn't notice that. Like, I was like, man, Luffy's Gear 4 is looking really Gear 5 all of a sudden. And then I saw the white and I'm like, they really wanted to slip in Gear 5 into this movie.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that Gear 4 has always had like the white cloud around it. So it's a fun little bit of foreshadowing.
It's subtle enough that you are anime only, you might not notice it.
Yeah. Or just think like, oh, what was that?
Yeah. It's just enough. Kind of like
honestly,
Robin does her giant woman attack that we talked about, like the crisscross on her. Like, what does the crisscross on her breasts mean? That's
You're right. Yeah. Honestly, I did kind of forget too. In the like Snake Man is where his hair starts like flowing up, and it's getting in the shape of Gear 5.
Yeah.
So
it's really funny.
I never noticed that there is that kind of build up to it.
We were talking about the elements that were getting closer and closer to the Gear 5 look, and it's cool to see those moments you didn't realize before, and how they all came together. But yeah, it's just a cool set of combo attacks and how they're just desperately working together, trying to get it all done. And then there's a last little bit of desperation where they did it. They defeated the Demon King, but they're not free.
Mm-hmm.
And we get one more flashback where it confirms that Uda is not Shanks's blood daughter. Mm-hmm. They attacked another pirate crew. They got all the treasure back when he was still a very young pirate. Like, it feels like soon after he set out.
Must have been right there.
Like, after Roger. And then there she is as a baby in a treasure chest, and just like, well, I guess this was fate. And there's a shot of Roger and Rayleigh both looking down, which is also like how Shanks is kind of like, So that's also interesting. I like how the first thing he does is sing to her.
It's like, you're not good at this.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I missed that. I didn't realize that was his own crew, but it was his. Oh wait, yeah. Rogers and Rayleigh looking down. It makes you really think that that's. To me, it's like, wait, was Shanks discovered as a baby by Rogers and Rayleigh?
Right.
That's what it kind of comes across as.
That's sort of, I feel like, how they're trying to connect to these scenes. Like, we know that he's at least been on Rogers' crew since he was, fairly young.
Very young, yeah.
But yeah, or maybe just sort of it's interesting.
I just realized that Luffy and Uda's relationship is almost the same as Shanks and Buggy's.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's very similar.
So and they're
it's
both
just
like,
Luffy
one's
and
a
Uda are
clown,
less
one's
pathetic.
a performer.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Oh, that's good.
Oh my god.
Wow. I
don't know if
like
it's intentional,
comparing.
but it's kind of funny.
Yeah, man. Wow.
It does remind me of one other thing. You mentioned go see Film Red when they were doing those, like, in the manga. They were having, like, here's young, like, Momo and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't know if I can't remember the shadow. Was that Uda in that shadow?
Yes. Just straight up, it was Uda. You
Was
can
it
tell by
baby
hair.
Uda or just actual Uda? Because I didn't see the hair loops.
I think it was like young Uda. I don't think it was baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
hold on.
yeah.
I'll confirm this. It was 10:55. I think this is the end of an episode.
I think that was the one or something to that degree.
Yeah. She has the hair loops. I'll send you.
Okay, I somehow missed the hair loops in the shadow. Like, you think I'd recognize that, but yeah, I again, even the final attack that Luffy and Shanks does, it's
not enough.
It's all, visually it's also kind of prog rock. It's like it's like it's just like colors streaming across the sky. Like, it's like, no, we're just going music video with this,
dude. And I love that it's mixing in New Genesis with We Are.
Yes,
it's awesome.
That's really good. And yeah, they wipe it out, but as you said, not enough because she's not asleep. She can't fall asleep. She's eating too many of those damn mushrooms.
Yep.
So, and that's where you get the killer of it all, of Shanks. Like, okay, it's over. We got you. My doctor, hand over the stuff. Drink this. Sleep. You'll survive, and the everybody will wake back up. And she instead just talking about how, like, she actually did miss him. Knows all this, and it's like, oh, I know where this is going. Like, it's a problem, and it's also, and that's why she's trying to tell the people to stop fighting. She's seeing the repercussions of it, and that's when she does her one final song to actually wakes up everybody up herself, and yeah. It's, God, she's like coughing up blood and all that. You can
hear, and again, that's the like amazing thing about, like, that she could push her voice in this way, that like she can make it sound like she's kind of choking up, like that her like voice is tiring out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's even we didn't talk about it, but she has that arm sleeve.
Yes.
That has almost looks like a gourd with Uda on it. And it's revealed that, well, that's Luffy's poor drawing skills. He tried to make the straw hat. And that was his version of it. But she decided to take the rough idea of it and make that her symbol, to show us that she still remembers Luffy, still cares about Shanks through all of that, despite everything else.
It's like it's like Ace with the S crossed out.
Yeah. And then just she wakes everybody up, everybody, and then the song finishes. Luffy's asleep. They're all calm. The entire audience is all good. They confirm it that make sure that Shanks and them can't see each other, with Luffy. And then, oh God, I love the moment where she falls over about to fallen to the ground, and he just grabs her and leans her back onto himself.
Yeah. Well, and then after all this, the Marines are like, all right, we'll take her in now. And then I'm glad that we have this moment where Shanks is like, hey man, that's my daughter. Like, you better step off, and then just, unleashes his, like, the full brunt of his hockey.
Oh yeah, this is his hockey unleashed, where it's amazing anybody is still awake at this point.
Yeah, that even the admirals are like, whoa.
Fujitori's like, I don't think I want to go to war with this many people around. I think that's probably a bad idea. It's like, holy crap, Shanks.
Oh my goodness.
So he gets them to retreat, but obviously they won't stop coming after her. And oh man, just he even talks about how, like, hey, a new age is dawning soon, and you see the crew just gathered around her. They walk off, and then finally everybody starts waking up. And God, that scene where they're on the Sunny and they look over to Shanks' ship, and they just see them all crowded around what looks to be a coffin with the pirate flag over top of it. That's where I freaking broke. Still about to.
Yeah, it's such a quiet scene. It just kind of leaves you with that. It just, you know what happened.
Yeah, Luffy gets it, but he has the whole thing with Ace to sort of help harden him, and he has just the fact that they both have the same look on their face as we finally get the title card, and it just shows them sailing in opposite directions, and that's
it's brutal. It's such a brutal ending for a One Piece
really
movie.
Is. She does terrible things, but you care about this girl by the end of it. And oh God, to end like that is so. It takes so much like strength as a narrative to commit to that kind of ending, because I agree. They have to realize that this girl, Shanks' daughter is going to, who's also a pop star, is going to be incredibly popular.
Yeah, like it's the kind of thing that, like, prints money, and I'm really glad that they actually did let them, like, okay, we're going to introduce this character to just kill them off tragically, and moreover, like, I just think, like, as an ending, as just sort of letting you sit with that, I think is brutal. I think it might be one of the saddest endings to one of these movies ever. Like, at least
I'm watching it right now,
dark.
and it's I'm watching it now, and it's getting to me in close to the same way. Yeah. If we weren't talking, I'd be in much worse trouble. But the fact that it's just all these different characters having some sort of music box near them as her music comes out, and it it's like, Jesus. It just shows how much she affects people and how much that music did matter for them. Just to see all those aspects come in, and God, I just, again, I had to sit there with it, because it's not just it's characters we saw during the course of the concerts, the pirates that tried to kidnap her. Here's Perona. Here's my favorite sisters and Beige.
That puts that as like, oh, this is a post-cover story.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Bellamy of all things. Here's Rika from the very first arc.
I got a little emotional seeing Bellamy. He's just working hard at his, like, architecture job. Yeah, that one. You see the little boy and the old man from Baltimore, where Frankie was at during the time skip. Like, it's so
you see Rebecca with all them. It's just, oh my gosh.
This is the kind of thing that does, like, I don't think this is like, references, jingling keys, here's all these things you recognize. Here's how far, like, if you've read One Piece, here is how far this character's influence has gone. Here's very much like the real world, like kind of again the unifying power of music, kind of the sort of universality of it all.
Here's how far you've come. Here's how far her music stretched. Just every corner, every character that you can think of.
The Bon Clay shot's very good.
The Bon Clay shot's good. We got the what's his name from that one damn island as well.
Oh, the guy in the box.
Goemon or something like that. I don't know.
Gaimon.
You got freaking, of course, Lol in there. You got
I like the you don't see Law's eyes, but he's smiling. He likes it.
Yeah. There's Marco. We get a shot of that. Of course, Makina's there, and I like how in the background you can see the village chief taking care of Makino's baby, and then you get that little hope for the future with Gordon teaching the next generation of kids how to sing. I don't know. It's just, and then just end on end on her. Yeah, and then of course with Luffy declaring the king of the pirates, just I think that renewed will.
Again, as he thinks of Uta making that declaration, again, I really feel like I don't know what the ending of One Piece is going to be like, but I feel like this is just kind of another feather in Luffy's cap, right? Like this is another, whatever it is that I need to do, I need to become king of the pirates to achieve. And now also for Uta and for Shanks.
Yeah. And it's like it's very much applies to the whole canon but not canon aspect of it.
I think that she has that little blacked out little panel of the manga is like at least Shanks and Uta at least spent time together in the manga.
Yeah. It's very much like the whole Shiki
I can
thing.
buy that. Yeah, where they at least mentioned Shiki.
So yeah, it's I don't know if it's my favorite movie, but it might be the most affecting movie.
Yeah, I still have movie 6 bias, but you know, a very close number 2 with Z, I think is, you know, well done, and you know, especially I feel like it is such a good ending to, for now, you know, ending to our journey going through the One Piece movies. We ended on a just astoundingly high note. Just one of the best movies in the One Piece catalog. So and I think really just goes to show like the strength of what you can do with a movie in the One Piece setting. And it's like, yes, this is not canon, doesn't matter. There's just like the kinds of stories that you can tell when you focus in on telling a story about one character and how they affect the wider world, how they affect the Straw Hats, how they affect kind of the supporting cast. I think it's got it all, you know, in a way that Red doesn't leave me feeling wanting like Gold did, for example, or like parts of Z where I was like they didn't emphasize certain aspects of the storytelling as much as I would have liked. And I feel like mostly to facilitate like the action and stuff like that. This feels like this is one and done. This is Uta's story. We got everything out of it that we needed to, and it's just, you know, I couldn't ask for more.
Which is very interesting because technically we do have more, because there is
that is also true.
We're going to be doing a bonus episode of it next week, talking about the 2 episodes of Uda that focuses on Uda, which is very interesting. Even in the anime itself, these episodes did not come out until after the movie out. It wasn't pre-release; it's post-release that they're doing this, which is very interesting.
Normally, I would be super cynical about that because we have just a garbage batting record with all of these like movie tie-in content, just almost all unequivocally terrible. But I've heard enough good things about these that, and you know, Red is so good.
I glimpsed the breakdown, like just a short thing as I was looking to see the episode, like where the episodes fell around the movie, and it's. I won't say anything more other than it's very smart where they place it.
Okay.
Where
okay.
like
cool,
this
cool,
is.
cool.
this is, it doesn't feel forced.
Awesome.
And
yeah.
Hey, if we want even more Uda, we also, speaking of the bonus episodes, we also talked about the recent One Piece heroines. That was last week we did that. Guess who got, in the original novels, there was, each chapter was focused on a different heroine. We started with Nami, as we saw with that adaptation. We want more, because we got Robin, Vivi, Perona, Hancock, Tashigi, Reiju, and the very final chapter is Uda. She got her own chapter in this. And according to the wiki, it just goes through the lyrics of her latest song. Uda reflects on the days spent with her father, red-haired Shanks, and his loyal pirate crew. So it's just, I think that's a chance to see more of Uda with the red hairs outside of Luffy.
Okay.
And maybe give her own adventure.
That short, what we saw of heroines also set a very high bar. So
yeah.
if the rest of the stories in the novel are as good as that one, give me more Uta. Give me more. You are the chosen one as far as movie original characters go. You were the good one,
right?
No shade to my boy Zed.
Yeah. Zed's cool, but Zed also, his story was over. Like, that's also a definitive end for him. Shiki, he pops up here and there, just sort of like the past thing. I don't even remember the guy from Stampede because
yeah. I don't remember.
So
Douglas Bullet, there, just boom, right there in my head.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nothing. Well, that's the thing.
I do like,
because he has a cool backstory, because he was in Impel Down and Blackbeard was like, not you.
I do like how again, according to the trivia in for Red in the One Piece wiki, Oda was saying that Oda created Uda because he was tired of drawing legendary old men. Which, Shiki, Zed, Cicero.
That makes sense. Yeah, all of our villains have all been kind of scrunkly old men. That's very funny, actually.
So
good.
Be very interesting to see where they go from here if we get another one. Again, if we get another movie, I absolutely believe it's going to be directed by, I'm blanking on her name, but
Megumi
the
Ishitani,
kid.
I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. And that it's been almost 4 full years since the last one, which is on the longer side. I feel like we're at a cadence of about every 3 for a little while. So I feel like the next One Piece movie is imminent. And I also feel like
it feels like it.
Maybe they are waiting for the manga to finish Elbaf. Maybe there's something about like whatever the concept for the next film is. Because with the way that the manga's going, this probably would be the last film of the manga's run. So
unless you do like an epilogue film.
Yeah, unless you do an epilogue. Or at least like the last one that releases while the manga's going is what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
What do you do with, and again, not necessarily that it has to be canon, but in terms of scenarios, in terms of like, especially at this point, right? Like the Straw Hats they are emperors of the sea at this point. So what do you even do?
What challenge do you put out there? That's a lot tougher. Like that's I don't know.
There has been some I don't even want to say like theorizing necessarily. I think more so maybe like there are people hoping that there is a certain section of the manga that might be just what the next movie is, because that's been like Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. They've been all like that. Where like the canon arcs are the movies now, which is weird. And there's a very good chunk of time in the manga that would be a really good fit for that. I can't say any more than that, but it would be a really sick movie, and it would also explain, if we haven't gotten one yet, the anime is almost there. Relatively.
That's yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, it'd be our first opportunity to Yeah, based on the way the release dates happened, because it came out in Japan, wide release August 6th, didn't premiere in the United States until October 6th at New York Comic Con, and probably I can't figure out the wider release after that. But that's, we'd have to wait like 4 or 5 months until it came to the States, unless after this they're like, fast track this, we need to get it out here ASAP.
I feel like we've been doing better about getting these movies. Like, I feel like with the big franchises, it's, if not day and date, it's kind of like a few weeks to a month, maybe, kind of behind. Yeah.
Here we go. I found the actual date, November 4th. So okay. October 6th Japan, November 4th US, as far as wide releases.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. The timing of this could be super interesting. If they are actually making a movie out of the specific chunk that I'm thinking of, it could be, oh, that's perfect, we just got there in the manga, or I wish you hadn't known that existed.
It's hard to say.
Yeah,
it's hard to say like how quickly it'll come out and all that stuff. I don't know. Very curious.
Yeah,
but
which, again, is very funny considering we've got like 130 chapters of the manga left, and I'm still like, oh.
I know, right? We're almost there. It's like, that's the crazy thing, is that it's a straight shot, unless
this point,
unless the next live action season comes out much sooner than I expect.
Yeah, within the next like 7 months.
We're just straight there until we're caught up with everybody else, and that's going to be a weird feeling.
I'm so excited. That is more or less 2 full arcs. Elbaf's not done yet. I think it'll probably be done by the time we get caught up. So
yeah, I think
that
so.
is, and at the very least, y'all. I read a comment on our last episode of somebody else who was also like, Egghead is also my favorite time skip arc, and I'm like, yes. Correct. So at the very least, the next like 3 months of this podcast is just chef's kiss.
Yeah. I'm very glad we eventually decided to, because we weren't sure at first, but we eventually decided to work in the movies into the episodes.
I think they really kind of help elevate the manga as well.
They do. Eventually, they show differences with the manga, like how they can be approached. They show how they can be used to expand the manga in a lot of ways. Because again, we still haven't seen Aki Inu. No, not Aki Inu.
Aokishi's leg, his leg,
ice leg.
Yeah, that was it. That was in Z. That is in the manga. I will confirm that for you. That is there.
So it very much worked out, because initially it was like, maybe we should give ourselves a few more weeks before in between things as best we can, so we can like let Oda keep getting ahead of us. But we're out of roadblocks.
So yeah, it's full steam ahead, and I'm so excited. This going into the quote unquote final saga here, starting next week. Maybe technically started last week with the 1060, but like,
we haven't arrived on Egghead yet.
That is true. Yeah. So you want to talk about new eras? We are in the last new era of this podcast. So this is get ready for the beginning of the end, because it's coming for you.
Oh my god, that's so insane. Oh my. Well, do you have anything else that you want to say about Film Red?
Like I said, second favorite for the most part, second or third. Kind of tied for Z. Depending on the day, I'm pretty confident on that they're at least kind of neck and neck. So
I feel pretty confident in declaring that my top 3 One Piece movies are, and in no particular order, because I couldn't do it right now. Omatsuri, Zed, and Red.
Yeah. Zed and Red. It's funny that we came to the exact same conclusion.
It really is. I'd put, and then probably fourth would be Strong World.
Yeah. I think Strong World and Gold are just on that like slightly lower. Even saying that feels like, I don't mean that in a bad way. Like they're just a little bit below. Yeah, but they're still great.
Yeah.
They're still really, really good.
And then you have then Stampede for its dumb fun, and then,
and then kind of
Dead End Adventure because it actually manages to capture the feeling of the anime, and then the rest.
Yeah, for sure.
With Chopper at the very bottom.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 3, 5, and 7. After I finished rewatching Red, on Crunchyroll, it started at auto playing the Alabasta movie, and I was like, "This is a literal. This is a hate crime. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. Get this out of here. I don't want to hear. Just take it off."
Why would you do that?
I was offended.
You should be. You should be. Oh, goodness. Well, with that, I believe we've said all we wanted to say about One Piece film Red. Thank you so much for listening. And you can find more of my ramblings and stream VODs over at BitNerd Games on YouTube or simply BitNerd on BlueSky. And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
I am Brandon Bovia on BlueSky, talking about anime, manga, games, and my job. And just for that... Beyblade X Volume 6 came out. Oh yeah, Gundam Witch from Mercury Vanitas Heart also came out today as of recording. So I got two big favorite franchises in the credits. Go check those out. Witch from Mercury Vanitas Heart is a prequel. I kind of don't remember. I don't remember when. What. I think it's a good chunk before it's like after the prologue of the show, but before the main narrative. And,
okay.
And also on Earth, which the show mostly doesn't take place on. Yeah, if you want more Witch from Mercury, because there's not a lot of it, it's pretty great. So check that out. And the main Gundam has just a giant fist. It's so sick.
Nice. Oh, man. And if you'd like to help us out more, you can support the podcast over at patreon.com/Derrick Bittner. That's DerrickBitner to listen to the next episode ad-free 3 days early, as well as patron-exclusive bonus episodes. And that includes the Pirate Gonzack that we already talked about.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we've ever done a movie. I don't know if we if we did a movie ranking, but we talked about One Piece heroines last time. Next week we're talking about Uda's past, those 2 episodes. To do that, we're going to be commenting over the big Wano fights that we still have left to do, which is Zoro, Big Mom, and Luffy versus Kaido. So there's a lot of great stuff over there.
A lot of great stuff.
So be sure to check it out.
The archive, again, at this point, it's huge. It's huge.
We're approaching 50 bonus episodes. We're getting real close.
Yeah, 50 bonuses
and 50 Q&As
as well. Yeah, so at this point, about if you combined like 80 over 80, I think, 40-ish of each category. So there's a lot of catching up to do if you want to hop on the Patreon, which I highly recommend because they're a lot of fun and I think a little less structured than the main show.
Yeah, very much so.
Little looser.
And make sure to return next time as we discuss chapters 1061 to 1065 of One Piece. Let the Egghead arc begin. So until then, my friends, bye.
Remember to take life one piece at a time.
You're not touching Uta. She is my daughter and our family. If you want to take her away from us, you better be ready to die!